Okay, back. See, I did probably look at this one, but just to repeat. So yeah, so I'm looking at early mix here. I guess I could look in a different exchange too. So it's the 550, yeah. And then the low is one thing, but they kind of want to hold a swing. And they are already below it, I guess. Okay, ADABTC, what exchanges? Bittrex. Phoenix. Oh, they actually added this just recently. ADABTC, sorry for the keyboard. I need a boom for my kitty, I guess. Let's see, Bittrex then. Yeah, it's a little bit earlier. Oof. See, so this is the local stuff, 323.98. That's this area. So if you do this, 398, I guess that zone makes sense. Yeah, at least pretty much. So 400, yeah. So it's this low, more or less, and pretty much this retest. And I finally broke out. Kind of don't want to go down here again, to be honest. So they would want to hold a high and low of this one. Because they already tested the bottom zone, just not the bottom, but yeah, it's not that good. So let's think of some areas that would make sense. So they went up, failed in. This was the last bounce. They did a small bounce, didn't hold below, and retested it here. So let's just mark this one. This might be just a fat finger, to be honest, but I think I actually will do this one in Binance. I think this one better liquidity in Binance at this point. Yeah, I didn't do this test here. So this is the very local move to the top. I guess if you go higher time frames. Let's see, what did I actually retest later? Nothing actually. So yeah, so they care more about losing this area, to be honest. So pretty much this area is quite important now, I guess. So rejection, wicked a few times down here. And in this area, I actually got some of my ADA entries, because I saw they wicked down a few times, and I just had some fat finger orders there. So they pretty much just did a double bottom wick here. I actually exceeded like 50% on this pump, so yeah. I have some left, and I did a small re-add there. But for a new long now, let's see, I have just turned down the volume. Okay, so this zone, they more or less tested it here, new low, or at least double bottom, finally went above, small rejection in this top area, new high, failed the same area-ish, and went below, rejected, and down we go again. So I guess this zone is still good. Here, that's the top zone, high low, rejected here, high low, finally went above. Okay, so it's between these levels, pretty much. I think they want to hold the top zone here, but they can't test the bottom zone. Yeah, so they did actually already bounce the top zone. Yeah, so I think I'm looking at pretty much the same setup as in BNB. So down, test the lower zone, or maybe wick even lower. Up, close above, and I would actually want them to, I would prefer them to actually achieve this too, but then they might actually hold the top area here. So a perfect play would actually be for them to just double top more or less, then come down and hold this one. I will enter along here, achieve, and I think if they close above, yeah, close above here, I think they actually want to hold this zone. Let's see. Yeah, but this wick, yeah. I think I wouldn't re-add here unless they have tested this zone first. So down here maybe, higher, then hold here. Do a small re-add, I guess. Yeah. You can add quite decently here, I guess, because if they go above here, they don't want to break this again. So you can add enough for your stop loss to be your average entry to be just below here, I guess. And you can add even more if they finally achieve. So I guess they want to achieve this one, and then they must hold this one. So it's kind of scary now to go hard on the alts, because we trade these in the Bitcoin pair. I want to keep, now that I have taken a lot of profits, I want to keep most of my BTC. I don't want to do risky BTC trades for alts before they show some signs of actually, yeah, starting to live again. So I will only take proper setups. I will do a small long in this range, just a small add from the previous 400-ish entry, but nothing crazy. And I will add more if they do a setup like this. Let's see there, because if Bitcoin really just moves higher to 30K or something, first of all, you don't want to lose your BTC, and you don't want to, be dragged down in altcoins dying. So, but if I would play altcoins, I would play some of the the older, the big ones, XRP, ADA, I guess even maybe BCH, ETH, of course. So actually, EOS has looked super bad in the USDT pair for a while. EOS, how is it looking in the? Oof. Wow. So breaking this area was really bad for US, I think. I need to check another exchange, EOSBTC. Is this one also in older and Bittrex maybe? Nope. So this is a shitcoin, yeah. BTC, Plonex, I guess. Oof. Yeah, I think you might remember that I really didn't like the chart for EOS. Looks like, crap. Phoenix. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Anything here? Oh, they didn't want to break this one. Yeah. To be honest, it looks almost like a new low. Yeah, looks horrendous. I guess some play around, some high-low play, but losing this range for US was a disaster. Oof. No, I'm not interested in this one. ETHBTC. Oh, I have some thingies on here. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, okay. I did it later. Today. So the area they held, if you go back, I think I need to go to the daily. So this is the swing. And it's also this zone. So they did the bounce there. So see, they bounced this one, not the low, the high low. Then did I actually do the low? Not even now I did the low actually. But let's see. There I did a failure to lose, I guess, on higher time frames. They did a breakout, a little bit lower actually, and a little bit higher. At least I did a breakout here. Came back below again because I did kind of wanted to hold this range on this bounce. But I didn't. I went all the way down to the bottom again. Did a bounce for a failure, filled some shorts, I guess. What time was this? May? I'm guessing this was when ETH went to 365 or something. I have no idea about these time frames. At least they wanted to hold her. They didn't at all. So this is the failure. This is not failure. This is the rejection because they wanted to achieve her. But this is what I call the failure. When they went above, they didn't care about it on the way up. They just tested pair, held it a few times, failed again, tried again, failed. Here they just traded in the range, and in the end they bounced. So I'm interested since they are doing these levels too, and rejecting this area first before breaking out. I'm interested in seeing what they are doing here. They already tested the top of it, you see. I think if they really fail here, they might test the bottom part of it, and that's why I'm looking at this zone. And then it's more or less waiting for some high-low play and achievement. So either I can have this one here. Either actually hold a high-low here. You see, they kind of want to hold this zone now. There's some local achievement. You see, they try to bounce. Let's zoom in a little bit and show. Yeah, I can just keep it on daily. It's enough, I guess. So they did close above here. Try to achieve and trying to hold. Only here, doing some bounces, but it looks like they are losing. Let's see. This level, yeah. So this one, there are a couple of levels you can, because ETH it's one of the coins I kind of expect to follow BTC at some point. So yeah. So this is the last bounce, the zone before making a new high. So here that they did try to hold it. You can call this a failure to lose, I guess. So I am expecting them to try to bounce here. So maybe look for a local setup. Check the 4 hour actually. Yeah. So this zone. So they did a wick down here. It would be quite dirty. Yeah, but that's actually matching up with this zone I'm looking at. Yeah. So I would just wait for a setup, I guess. It's a big zone to ladder in. It's actually not that big. But going down here is a little bit iffy. So this week, it kind of made an untested level here, I guess, too. So yeah, wait for a setup in this area. Even so, they might wick down here to the level and this wick, and then try to hold this one. So it's decent, I guess. And if ETH is not holding the zone, so I had this marked from a long time ago, from 27 to 25, too much. So this is the zone I'm interested in looking at longs. So we are back there now. Yeah. I wanted them to hold this one but they wasn't that. They weren't not that interested, I guess. So in the end, a sign for a reversal will be to achieve this one again after going below. So either hold a higher low here, then close. So I guess to achieve this one, they would need to close, yeah, pretty much above this one. So a few closes above here, and I guess I would really consider buying this range. It's not that big. Nah. ETH is one of the coins I'm actually quite interested in buying. Because if ETH is achieving the 500-ish zone, if it's achieving 500, there is a zone in the 700, 600-700 area, but if they achieve that one, yeah, a new high is actually possible. So we'll see. That was ETH. Let's see what else is shitty and profitable. Let's see. Did I look at XRP now? Yeah, I'm getting old, you know. Let's see. So this one is not holding most likely. So yeah, so I was looking at this zone. It's pretty much from here. Yeah, so 1400 to 1170 or something. I guess we made some. Wow, these moves are actually quite big. So are we setting up for something to achieve later, I guess? So if we go to 1100 or something, it's extreme move actually to go up again above here. So I guess we need to look for something. So maybe achieve this one if they are going to 1300 or 1100 or something. Wow. I remember everyone was crazy. Let's go back a little bit. So 8. Yeah. I think it was on XRP was in this range. Then XP was in the 50 cent area in the USDT pair. And people were, FOMO, XRP, this one is going to $3 again. So, and I said, but it's at resistance now. I went by it here. Yeah, but what if it breaks? Yeah, good strategy to buy before it breaks. I bought it at 1 cent, 10 cents. So yeah, that's a better play, I guess. So I think we need to go to Poloniex or Bittrex or something. XRPBTC. Bitstamp. Okay, it was Bitstamp. So as Scholar Shroud, pretty much hold this zone. It would be better for them to hold the swing of this one. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see. A wick. So they are getting into the zone. Ooh. Getting interesting, I guess. So, so much movement. Yeah. So I was talking about 1400, and that's pretty much it's this. I guess it would be safer to enter if they went below or tested it and achieved, and then do high low or something. But yeah, at least I'm interested in this one. I guess I will also check the USDT pair at the same time and see if it is matching up with some price action there. I think at the moment the BTC pairs are just as important as the USDT pairs. And we were more in the mid-range and still holding the BTC pair. Is there a masternode file for Windows? No, it's only Linux. The desktop is for Windows. Yeah. So I'm interested in XRP here, but it needs to match up with some USDT pair because the BTC pairs, for at least for the big alts, are quite important at the moment. And now they are going down to supports, so you can still buy them in the USDT pair, of course. But just check if they are at some support. Earlier, I didn't care so much about the BTC pairs because they were, pretty much between big zones. But now that they are have broken some huge supports and going down to the all-time lows, it's it's getting interested again to look at the BTC pairs, because now I'm also interested in trading BTC to make more BTC for altcoins, giving some nice entries. I think the alt season would start when the BTC pairs start looking good. And I guess we need Bitcoin to slow down and do some consolidation in some range. Okay, what else? XMRBTC. Go to the. I think I need to go to another exchange. Yeah. Oh. So this one is doing the same as some older coins. XMR. XMRBTC. This shouldn't be too hard. Go next. Yeah. Oof. So this is the swing. Should I lose this one? Oof. Holy. Oh wow. Okay. Kinda didn't want to lose this one. I wanted to hold here. But okay. Move to low. So they have tested these earlier. What's to the left? The final breakout. Failure. So I think actually with XMR it will not hold this zone again. I think it can hold it. So it can hold this wicks as a high low, but it looks so bad here. So I think actually XMR is more likely to go down in this range. Okay, that's a huge range. So look for some setup in this range. I wouldn't just enter on a first touch here, to be honest. Okay, maybe I can try to look more closely here. So this one, not that obvious. I guess for now the lower zone, and how does that match up with the breakout? Oh, so yeah, this was the bounce. Wow, this. Yeah, I need to do this now. Okay, not this way, like this. So I guess this was the last bounce. Yeah, it was the last bounce before the breakout. So I guess the lower part of the zone is better if you need a tighter entry, but I kind of wouldn't buy the infills on this one. What I do in coins like this, so it's now at 68, but some coins have a tendency to fat finger to add entries. Maybe I have an example. No, I don't. This one actually did a small fat finger and then did a fail to lose on the same level again. Cool. Okay. So it could fat finger to the entries. I would just put some orders there. To be honest. Wow, the moves are so extremely big. Yeah. So I have all these trend start areas. I actually have orders resting because if they are fat fingering, they will for sure go to an area where big whales have their resting orders. So it's smart to just have them there. You don't even need to want to buy that area when they get there in the normal way. But so maybe you don't want to buy the nav catch, but you can still have orders when they are 50% above, and just cancel them if they go closer, because they won't dump 50% in 2 minutes. So if you catch the fat finger, you can just sell it instantly and for the profits, or maybe sell half and put the rest with a stop loss somewhere. And that was XMR. So Dash was kind of interesting at some point, long time ago. DASBTC. I guess connects to. Oof. Oh wow. So how low is oh this is a big okay. So no laddering here. It's like 50%. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so yeah, here now. So they broke some important stuff here. Oh, whoa. Yeah. This is probably the area they want to achieve again to start reversing. So now. They're actually on easy entry here. I don't see one. Because this swing test was tested here, and they after achieving, so this was pretty much where they are now. This is the breakout of the area. They started this enormous breakout. They failed, but then I tested it again here and I held it. So, but yeah, they did a high low here. Oof. And this is the 2017 stuff. So they are below the 2017 levels, so that's awful. Yeah, I guess you could just play the local stuff. Maybe I can go back to Binance for better levels. DASBTC. A lot of the coins are looking horrendous. So so this one is not that unclear, I guess. They did some sort of a bottom part pattern here, English, and here is the breakout, and they tried to bounce it, just did a failure. So yeah, kind of more want to short this, to be honest, but what do you need to? They actually need to go. For me to long here, then you need to close above here. So for me, if they go, it's matching up here too. If they can go above here, I will be very interested in buying here. So pretty much this area. Before that, I guess if they close or reject this area, yeah, and this one is matching up with this one. Okay, so I will pretty much buy the top here with a stop loss below this one, I guess. It's better for them to hold the top range. Unless if they go above. So if they reject here, do not achieve this one, I will look for a lower zone. If they actually close above this one, maybe achieve this one, I would actually want them to hold this swing, so hold this area. So yeah, it's still, so you're trying to find a reversal zone. It's looking horrendous for now, so this one has a long way to go. Okay, dash. I did look at BNB earlier on this previous small local setup, the 5-minute session. LTC. I haven't looked at the BTC pairs for a while, so okay. Oof. So for the USDT pairs, earlier I almost only looked at the USDT pairs because I was more interested in finding some use for my USDT because I was waiting for a Bitcoin entry. But we did get a good entry and a good bounce for BTC. So I was quite allocated in BTC. I spent my USDT for Bitcoin, but now I've taken a lot of profits. But I'm mostly interested in getting a re-entry for BTC because BTC is looking good. At least if you can hold 11Ks, and I think Skinner also mentioned we could wick down, I guess, to the 10.4 area, but yeah, I would still buy 11. My average entry will be quite low anyways. And if you start breaking 10, then it's looking like reversal to downside again. So okay, so for Litecoin, I can check in on different exchange, but it's quite easy to see, I guess, that they kind of just they need to achieve this one. So, and to actually achieve this one, so for me to be very interested in buying this one and not look at these, they will actually need to achieve this. And if they do, then I'm interested in buying this one. And if you actually look at the chart here, you will see that this one is also, I call it a failure. High range support, they tried to bounce it, didn't, went below, rejected, went lower. So this is the high, but this is the failure. And it matches up with this one. So achieve above here for me to look at the re-entry here. Of course, they could hold a swing of this one, so the top of this. But so how big is this range actually? It's 14%. The moves are so big. Okay, yeah. I will match it up with entry in the USDT pair, I guess. So, so achieve, close above, below, buy here. So that's kind of just 100% above here. Okay. Yeah, but I guess I can check some other charts for lower entries, but it's kind of the same stuff here. So maybe do a rejection here and hold, pretty much hold this one. It's these levels. So in which, what exchange will have more history for this one? Okay, it's actually from before 20. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. LTCBTC BTC, Poloniex here too. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot of fat fingers. Ooh. Why didn't I trade crypto in this time frame? Holy. Okay, so yeah. LTC looks like they want to make a new low, like in the BTC pair, like an all-time low, if you disregard the VIX, to be honest. But I guess we could check out this zone for our potentials. Oof. Yeah, it's pretty much around here. So 35. Okay, it's not too. Yeah, but it's pretty much where I am now. So then I guess, yeah, it's the same. Pretty much hold this zone, wait for a local achievement and buy it. If achieve above, let's see here, buy this zone. And as I showed in the other pair, this is the failure from before. So, so it's important to achieve above here, but achieving the failure is a good start. So close above the previous failure, and you are quite likely to make a new high. If they just close above it briefly, then they will often do a higher low. But if they test the top, they will often hold the failure. Yeah. So achieve above here, and it's a decent chance of holding here. But goes above here, and I must hold here. And when I must hold, it's often, yeah, a safer entry. Okay. We can come back and look at Litecoin later. So how is the BTCUSDT pair looking at the moment without perpetual? And I think we can. So yeah, okay. I guess if they actually start breaking out here, that will actually match up with the BTC pair, more or less. So if they're breaking out here, they will most likely also bounce it quite hard in the BTC pair. That will help Litecoin to go. As long as Bitcoin is not dumping hard, this could mean a breakout. But I wouldn't buy it here. But actually, pretty much the area it is in now could be a good entry if they break it here, and you can buy another entry. If you go to the daily, so I did bounce at 56. I did hold. So what did I do? I shorted this one. This was the failure. And what did I hold? I guess you could call it the move to the high and at some time frame. It was also pretty much the move to the low and here. So this entry was decent. Maybe not the easiest stop loss, I guess. But if they actually, so they're going down, holding the move to the low here. Yeah, so if they close above here now, so they did actually double top it here. So often they reject the failure. This is what they call the failure. This is the top rejection. So, and since they held okay here, they tested the top rejection, actually wicked above. And when they now held decent support, if they break out now, if they go above this area now, holding this zone is not unlikely. How big is it? Not that big. So it's kind of a breakout buy, I guess. But so these are the previous failures, and it's also this failure. So they need to go a little bit higher, maybe actually even break this top, and then I will be interested in buying this 4. It matches up quite decently with the previous failure, so maybe not so easy to find a tight stop loss on this one. But if they break out here now, it's also matching up with the BTC pair, closing at support. So it's quite interesting. Okay, what's this? Yeah, but this one has already rejected. So you're quite late to the game, I guess. Failure. 1 hour. Tested here. It was also the stuff they bounced earlier. So yeah, double bottoming here isn't that good. This one gave a somewhat easy short too, I guess. So just a classic here. But I guess seeing this, so this retest was before they lost this trend. If you go to 4 hour, I was looking down. Okay, so this was still the move to high. Okay, daily. Oh wow, okay. The daily isn't the move to high on the daily is 25. Okay, I think we need to look at the 4 hour. So, but if we ignore the top level support, I guess we could say that they close below the move to the high now. So, and since they, at least on the 1 hour, tested this on the way down, but that one doesn't count yet because they didn't lose stuff yet. Only this one, and they tested it here. So I guess this one actually looks quite decent for a short, but the main problem is should you short it here or here? The rejection here makes me think that they shouldn't actually gain this one. So I think they might do some local stuff here, achieve here. It can be a small short here if they go up and test the high level and then lose it again. You could short the same area again. Might want a little bit lower here, but still. And then, but remember to take profits on the move to low here. Yeah. You might also want to take profits actually quite early. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of this, I'm not kind of giving entries on this one. I'm just showing some likely moves, and then just decide for yourself what you want to enter on. This looks quite decent for a short actually, so that's true. I like this short better, but I can go up here, then lose it again a little bit lower, like here maybe, and then test here. Okay, I think some of the other coins looks quite shitty at this point. So this one tested the zone I was looking for. Yeah, I did 3 orders here with 0.15% something risk total. So I did catch one, I think, one entry, out of 3 there. It actually closed a decent chunk already here, and it was actually quite a big move, this one. I'm using the correct tool, yeah. So yeah, 27%. So yeah, I just got a small fill, and now did they actually achieve something? This looks more like a hard rejection, to be honest. So they kind of want to hold here now, I think. If not, I guess, so they already tested the top of the zone. I guess they could test the bottom. But I think I will enter on the same type of move I've showed so many times. I think I will enter on something like this. And if they actually achieve above this area, above here, yeah, then I kind of wanted to hold this one. Yeah, I will need to look more closely at this one if they're if they actually start achieving. Look at some local stuff, because a lot of these coins, they have moved so much. So looking at weekly setups and stuff, your stop loss can sometimes need to be like 20% below or something. So the position will be quite small. It's easier to do a lower time frame entry if you are able to. The 20% rule. So the way it works, it's not 20% below current price. It's 20% off current price. So if the current price is $1, you can set the order at 20 cents. So that's okay. But earlier I had a script which added orders at 2%, 1%, and 0.5%, and 0.1% stuff on certain coins. Depending on the set value, I set different percentages. So that one is no, but that time they had like 100 pairs, and if I set orders at 1% of the current price on all of the 100 pairs, if one of them filled my order, I double my BTC I spent for this. So let's say I used 5 BTC to place these orders, and I actually got filled at a 1% of current price order, and it was spread across 100 pairs. I would actually make 5 BTC. So at that time it was quite nice. But now with 5x is the max. So now if you're doing fat finger orders, you cannot set orders below 20% unless if you are watching when they're adding new pairs. So they're actually rejecting this old level to hold here. So it was important. If you are trying to do a lot of orders, but your winnings will be only they will be small. So it's almost not worth it, because you need to spend a lot of BTC, and if they're doing a 5% fat finger, 80% fat finger, you're still not making that much it was much better earlier, because now you're only making 5% of your account if they fat finger to that price. But at the trading start, when if you're watching new pairs getting added, you can get in some orders right at the beginning when they launch the pair. And at that time, that rule isn't in effect yet, because they don't know the current price yet to use for this rule. So I have some orders in some coins, not that many anymore, but I have some orders in pairs they have added recently, and Bitcoin, yeah, and then you're able to do the orders. But in the futures, you can actually do an order at all prices. So in futures, you can go to the BTC pair and enter an order at $1 if you want. In the beginning, they actually had a 20% rule there, and that rule was the way you was you were looking at. That was horrendous, because if you did an order in an altcoin, you can do proper profit targets more than 20% from current price, and some of these alts moved like crazy. So it was very bad in the beginning, and then they just removed all the limitations. So now you can do an order at whichever price you want. So I guess the limitation is to prevent these API hacks when they do some extreme pumps or extreme dumps on certain pairs, and then they use accounts. They just place some crazy orders, and they use other people's accounts to fill your order. So was it Guy or something, which ran to 96 BTC per coin, and this Via coin went crazy high too. So this Via coin was actually quite nice, because I made some money on it. First, I played the pump after the fat finger. I almost caught the fat finger because I saw the pump, and they actually wicked back to the zone, but my order was just a fraction of a second too late. So I almost caught that pump, and that one also went like 100,000% or something. But on that one, I actually did some trades afterwards, and for some reason they just paid out people trading this pair pay back some losses, I guess. But I didn't lose on this one, so I don't know why I got some money back. But I actually first made money on trading it, because they pumped it like 1,000% or something afterwards, after the fat finger. And then I got a payout in BNB for sorry for messing with your trades or something, but I actually made money, so I don't know why I got even more money from them. But yeah, Binance has been nice for me. I don't have that much money there now, and that's why I've actually started to look at margin trading in Binance now. I haven't used that before, but it's because I want to trade. Let's say I have 2 BTC or something, and I don't want to have 2 BTC on the exchange, 2 or more, whatever. But then if I use the margin trading, I can trade based on my real account size, but I can just use the margin to leverage my trades. The loss will be based on the contract size anyway, so that way I don't need to have all my BTC I want to trade in Binance. So what is BTC doing? Still trying here. So did it actually lose? Let's see the move up. Guess you could say it kinda lose now. nothing really yet. And actually, so this is just typical BTC. So when I make a new high, the Ether will try to hold the previous failure in this. So this was the previous failure here. If they're not holding that one, they will try to do a high low, which they did here. Here. And then they made the high low again, and this time they held the previous failure. So quite typical. So losing this area now will most likely set them up either a high low here, and then try to go higher, or a possible setup will be to, if they start, let's say they're rejecting this level now, lose this one, go all the way here. So now there are two setups. Either reject this one first, then so go down here, maybe this one a little bit, just typical price action. So if they are not holding here, reject here first, maybe try to do a high low, so take profits here if you short here. I kind of went short here on the first, yeah, looks a little bit iffy, but this is the move to low here. So and the failure. So if you're long here, take profits here. You could consider adding to long here with a stop loss at the average, and then hope for a breakout. And now this zone will be interesting for a possible short setup, I guess. For now they're holding the high zone, so it's also quite likely that if they go up here and reject, they will do something like this, reject here, go down, and if they reject here, okay, I need to remove some drawings. Just a thing I've noticed, and I guess most people have. Okay. So what they often do, you'll see it quite often, is that this is the a potential failure. Now they held it, so it's actually making it even a bit more important level. But if they fail here now, it's quite likely that they will try to bounce it here. Maybe if they're doing a quick, very quick wick up and reject here, and then lose range, maybe even break this maybe. If they're doing this quick retest, this is will not count as tested level now, because they haven't broken range yet. So I would be very interested in shorting this zone if they are doing something like this. So the main failure here, I'm not saying that they will, because they are holding very nicely at the moment. They also did test what we were looking for, so yeah. So breaking here now, and so this is also the move to high, I guess, more or less. Bounce from this swing, so it might be better, yeah, but it's still, yeah. If I do just bounce here, do a quick retest here, and then die, I think they will come back and test this area. So I will short this one. I'm not that interested in doing large shorts at the moment, but this area is a potential local reversal zone, not the reversal of the trend, the entire trend, not the bear market stuff, but it's a decent zone to start our retracement from. So just wait for setup like this. So now they bounced. So now, okay. This was the retracement after the high. They had the midpoint now, this, which is this one. So if they lose this one, going to short it if they are failing. So they can go up there and do the higher level test first, then go below and then reject it. But yeah, it depends how deep they go. For now, it's looking like they want to test higher, to be honest. So what time frame did they close now? It was on normal 1 hour. Okay, what did 4 hour do actually? There. So the 4 hour just okay. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what they're doing now. So, of course, we're taking a lot of profits in this 16K area, but it's not a given that they actually reject here. They can just continue to, but it's, yeah. I am expecting some point for rejection in this zone. I still think breaking 17K, at least going above the 17Ks, is quite unlikely on the first try. The question is what they will hold on the retracement. So earlier they held the weekly, the wick. I can show this wick, I can zoom out. And this zone looks prime for a retest to be honest. So, oops. I think they will try to hold this one first. That's the previous high. And they actually did retest it after achieving it. So that's why I'm a little bit iffy on longing this one on the impulse. I think a more likely scenario, just guessing for now, is that they will test 13.6, maybe even lower, but then at least retest 13.6 at some point. Can even go below and achieve and retest it, but I think 13.6 will be important. And then maybe something like this, and then higher if they're going higher. So I can show this 13.6. Still have my magnet, because why not? So, here. So this was the retest on the weekly that broke the entire range here. So that's why it's important. And this is the top of it. So this is the area we are in now. We tested a wick. I still think they can test the candle body here. Then it's starting to look a little bit scary, but yeah, that's okay. They can also hold this one, 13.8. So I guess so let's go back to the 4 hour, I guess. So the 13.8 is the previous failure. So yeah, it's the previous rejection here and failure. So it makes sense to test 13.8 too, but yeah, I think it's, yeah, this zone looks so good to test. So it's a local failure here. Achieve, try to achieve, I mean, fail and retest, lower, above, retest, go below it, above it. They never retested it here. So it looks so good for a retest. I guess this one is untested too, so maybe I will test 13.8 first, and then fail and test this one. I really like this level. Yeah. If they start losing this range, so then we are back to, maybe I should do the order chart. I think I can actually use the bitstamp one. So that tested the zone in Coinbase, that tested the level 2. Yeah. So let's look at this one. So let's call this one just the entire move. So I guess we can kind of call this one a midpoint, can't we? So yeah, at least from, yeah. So if they start closing below here, I think it's quite likely that they test the previous failure there. So they can try to hold the failure of this entire zone, and that's 12.1. But I kinda like them to test this one. And yeah, it looks so good. If they're not holding here, they will try probably. So I don't want to close down here, but they can wick down to this area. So pretty much top here, test here, wick here, start of the move here. So, but I think they want to hold the high low here. So 11.6, and we all know the importance of the 11.6 zone from earlier. So, but so this isn't necessarily the zone they must hold on short time, lower time frames. It's the area you don't want them to close below 2 weeklies. So it's still valid for them to test down here. I will still start to buy spots in this area because I sold at 16. So and if they start losing the 10Ks, I can exit again there. So they will most definitely retest 11.6 from the downside if they start failing. So at some point. And if I'm buying spot in 11.6 area, remember that most of my coins were bought here, and some at 9K. So yeah, it's no problem. I'm taking a lot of profits now, also at 50% above my average entry, not even 50, like 50% from my re-ads. But my re-ads were also pulse from this area, so yeah, it's no biggie. This is looking like a mid zone now, so if we lose pretty much close below 12, yeah, we want to hold the higher low here. So if we close below 13.3, pretty much, I think we are setting up a failure. We can just fail it and not test up here. And then they can just wick hard, a lot of liquidations, just go down in this zone, give us our entries, and then close above again, and then never close below this again, ever. Oh, I'm not bearish at all on Bitcoin. I just want to rent this. So they might. So just think of it like this: when Bitcoin was in this area, when we did a breakout here in this area, how many people do you think wanted a retest down here for longs? It never gave a retest before doing a bear market. So in a extremely bullish scenario, this 1166 area could be this in the future. Just saying. I'm not saying it will be. I'm not that bullish on Bitcoin. I'm just trading it, but just a scenario. So I can even test 9.5 and close the gap, I guess, and then hold 11.6. So I'm looking for a retracement on BTC. I don't think they will do an all-time high before doing some kind of a retracement, but we'll see. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at this zones as a kind of a midpoint now. I will say so. And the 13.3 area I was talking about and wanting to break, it's also this failure. So I will say that the midpoint is pretty much this zone. So it makes sense breaking this failure and test lower. So it will be interesting. So yeah, when Bitcoin is bullish, they're often doing no-chill pumps. So what is this? This can be a midpoint too, I guess. What did I do when they close below it? Reject, reject, refill, reject, hold, higher, retest, higher. So when they made a low here, they didn't really give many proper retracement. So this one, they actually gave us let's remove some stuff here. Oh, yeah, okay. So on this one, yeah. So on this one, they actually gave us a good retracement, a really good one. Big retracement to fill longs. But I think also Skinner said when they achieved here, to actually really be able to pump, they kind of needed to test here, to be honest. And testing here, at some point we wanted to test this one. So it was much better to test it first and then do a breakout and then never come back here. So that's why I think they kind of want to hold above here now. But I guess they could wick down here, but at least they don't want to go below here. They can do a high low of some kind, I guess, for a wick, but they don't want to close below here on the weekly. So I'm not bearish on Bitcoin at all. I'm just looking for a retracement. For now, it's a bull market, and yeah, I just want the refills. And so, but since this is a midpoint, for now they haven't broken it. So don't. So you might get this entry in 5 years. So for now, the midpoint is the zone to hold. So don't just wait and wait for this zone. If you see a good setup in this range, I would take it, because at least when they are doing stuff like this, they are not almost always first bouncing maybe top of the testing the middle part or top of the midpoint, going up, doing some sort of a failure, and then go below it. So I am interested in buying this zone. Still short on BTC. Let me check. What did I do? I think so. If they haven't made a new high since. XBTUSD. Yeah. What was the actual high here? I didn't even check. 29. Okay. So not too shabby, I guess. I did a $20 stop loss on this one, actually, in BitMEX. So I took profits at 5R first, and there I closed 30% of the position. 5R, so $20 stop loss, so my stop loss was 40 something, and $100 below, so yeah, it was this week, so yeah, made sense. I did my first profit target here this week. Just this was the failure here, poof, down. And I took some profits. I think I did 900. Yeah, I did 2 profit targets. The second one was probably, yeah, it touched it super nicely here. So it was this zone. And you look at it, it makes perfect sense. It was a previous failure too. So they actually made an even lower low after this one, but this was my profit target. I think I got filled on the, because I always front run my profit target. So I pretty sure I got filled on the first week down, but I actually went a little bit lower actually after that one. So I'm usually not looking at previous highs. I'm looking at previous failures. Those are the important ones. And that's also why I'm more interested. Since I first had this one, I didn't long this one. I just took profits here on the short from up here. But that's also why so the previous failure, 13.9, 13.6. So this zone was a failure here, retest, bounce from it, failed again, achieved, retest. So yeah, always do this one. So I like this 13.6 area. In this chart, I have the level marked. Is it from a different place? No, it's actually the same. Or is it from here? 13.6. Yeah, okay. So this 13.6 level, if I go down to the 1 hour, I think. So it's always matching up. I think it was the highest local rejection. I think I even might need to go to the 30 minutes something to find it. Let's see. Yeah, it's there. So the 13.3 area, you see it here too. So this was my first big short I did on BTC after the pump. So it's just a meter high. The big short there. I ladder in from here, 13.1, and all this area. So it was quite big, but I used I had a big longs also, so I used them as hedge. So if they had stopped me out here, I would have just taken a big profit targets. I did like 6% risk on this one, but it was a hedge, so I had a lot of spots, so I needed to hedge them. So the risk wasn't 6% per se if you count the hedge. Yeah. And later I shorted 12.3. So it was not this one, it was the retest. Oh, sorry, this was my big short. Oh, sorry, it was 1 hour. Oh, yeah, okay. But it was still the same setup. So I shorted this one. Sorry, my bad. I shorted after they lost the move. So it was wrong time frame. But it was this level, 13.1. It's from here, the same. So yeah, okay. So this is actually a good example of what I was talking about earlier. So dumping hard, do a quick retest of the level, but this area is still not considered tested because they didn't close below the move up. So yeah, I think this was a 4-hour setup too. And then now it makes sense. I didn't find it at first. So if I go back, what I did that time. So this is the move, yeah, okay. And then I shorted 12.3. I think this one is also quite. So it's pretty much the move to the high here. It's also. So let's call it a failure to achieve of this one, if you want. There was some more. 1 hour. Because this was my re-add for the 13.3 short. I never shorted 39 at that point, at that time. I know Max Leverage did. He closed this short at 4K, so GG. So here's the 12.8, 12.9 area. The area we the bottom of the midpoint now. Yeah, okay, here it is. So yeah, move up, last bounce here, didn't hold, so they wanted to hold here and failed. I did the retest at 12.3, 12.4 here. I did another failure here. So it's pretty much, and it's also here I let in from 12.1 something, and you will see it here. And the retest to 13.3. Pretty much the move up here, and the zone they retested and rejected from the bottom here to go lower. So when they did the 12.3, my 12.3 short, I was also looking for 12.8 as a possible zone for rejection. So I had a ladder here and I had a ladder up here. And this 12.8 zone was actually more important this time. It was the zone they held after testing 39-ish. So they tested, and also, as I said earlier, in the bull market, they are holding stuff, not doing big replacements. So after testing the 13.3, previous failure, I was I did a small first touch short here actually, but they only gave one profit target in a 12.8, 12.6 area. So I guess a lot of people expected them to go back to at least to 12.4, 12.5 here, because that was the previous tops, but they didn't. So 12.8, we did a lot of wicks down to the 12.8 area, and that was, as I said, the zone they didn't reject last time. They stopped at 12.3 because I shorted big time on 13.3 and 12.3, but I was looking for 12.8 as a possible area if they broke it. So they did hold it now, but now the midpoint, the thing is, they can go down, what they often do. to be, let's call it bullish, they want to hold the middle of it or the top of it. So pretty much 13.6, maybe a bit to 13.3. But if they go all the way down to 12.8, they are much more likely to do something like this. Just fail the top of it. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, this area, and then go lower, and then we can get our nice entries. They kind of don't want to test the bottom of the zone. They can wick down there, but they kind of don't want to close down there. It was actually okay when we are just doing a session that was much longer than I intended, as usual. So for Bitcoin, the Bitcoin move, 3Ks. So 3Ks here. Top of it, midpoint-ish, mid-zone, 4K. The swing at 35 to, yeah, 35, 32. I kind of didn't want them to, so they could wick to 28 or something, but they kind of wanted to hold the top of it. I actually had a 7-minute skin on this one too, before it happened. And we were looking for 36 to 32 here. So pretty much this area, and it's also this. So we were looking for this area. We didn't want to lose this one. We could wick below, but at least then we needed to do a failure to lose. But we kind of didn't want to trade at the bottom here. We wanted to hold the swing of it, because if they actually start trading at the bottom, staying there for a while, they're quite likely to just do a bounce and then go lower. So it's kind of the same in the midpoint now. So it's not, it was not by chance that they had some roasting orders in the 36 to 32 area. And the high low of the 32, that was 36. And I guess that this 36 area was quite interesting too, later. There. So yeah, it didn't go this low in all exchanges, but BitMEX did. So, and I actually didn't catch this one. I wasn't able to trade this one. I was asleep. But I did get the re-entries, so it was okay. My main, there's small long hair, but my main, I did a heavy ladder here, so I got some decent links. So the main problem with Bitcoin being so low as this, I guess it's the same with the alts now. So just small movements, like $100 is like $100 down here is like 5% or something. It's actually 2.5%. So not that easy to find a easy stop loss, but yeah, I didn't get fully filled here, but I got decently filled. So this was the zone where I got my main longs in BitMEX from. Small scalp here and add here. So, but yeah, that was not as important. Just wanted to show the importance of not trading at the bottom of the zone, and it kind of escalated a little bit. So I want them to hold here. I might be wrong, but I'm kind of looking at that one. So not close below here. Bounce and try again. They might never, at least for a long time, go there, but we'll see. But at least if they start closing below here, I'm either looking for them to just continue to dump and give us our entries, or go up and do a failure and then go back. So this is pretty much the trend start. If they close below here, it's quite likely that they will end up going down here at some point. They usually, if they close below the midpoint, they usually either go straight to the trend start, or they go up, do a failure, and then go to trend start. So it's quite likely to do that. Yeah, I think maybe so. I didn't really look too much in the chat, but I think it's no, not so much, not too many questions. Anything else? So what's the Bitcoin doing? ETH. So they held from below. It's kind of one of the altcoins I want on re-entry on, but I was kind of a little bit biased for even wrong time frame. Change share to the 4 hour. I kind of was looking for some dirty stuff down here. I have some heavy, large orders down here for a fat finger. I'm not sure I will go down there. I think ETH. They're holding for now. So I'm not shorting it at the moment. To be honest, I'm not that interested in shorting all that much on the larger alts, because some of them, yeah, I hope we for some breakouts. So for ETH, so they did the 365. That zone was, well, this zone is so obvious important. So in the end, they held it and bounced. I guess this long wasn't that easy to catch because we wanted a little bit lower. We're talking about 420. 720, yeah, okay. Maybe if we ladder in, I guess. Let's see. 22, yeah. So they tested the top of it. I was looking for a little bit lower, so 20 to 10 pretty much. I guess they wanted to hold here, to be honest. So they achieved the failure at 450, came back, and yeah, it makes sense, but it was still a little bit of a front run. So if I was forced to do a single order, I would most likely place it here. Yeah, have a nice one. Yeah, so this would most likely be my resting order. I had some resting orders, some super small long ladder in this range. They were much heavier in this area, closer to 410. But they missed some of them, and they can come back now. But for now, they did hold the lower part of the failure, and they went above again. So now I think they kind of want to hold 450. Yeah, they kind of want to hold here now, I think, now that they achieved it again. And they did test it, yeah, they did. So the short, if you wanted to take on, was the failure to achieve here, 70. I guess they closed below on the 4-hour today. It wasn't that clean, but yeah, it was a proper short anyways, with a small risk, but they are holding here, so I think it's quite likely that they're going higher. Just need to wait. So just take a trade. If you see a good setup, take the trade, but do take profits on. So this is quite a big move, to be honest. Yeah, it's 4% move. So this will be I will take. So my stop loss will be about here. I didn't take this one, just to clarify. Stop loss 3 from, yeah. So this will be at least a 3R at this point. So then I will close, yeah, I will probably just close 30% of the position, and then just keep the stop loss at the zone it was, and then just wait and see, and just set some profit targets lower. If you close more than 25% at 3R, that will cover your stop loss. ETHBTC, yeah, I think I looked at it earlier. It wasn't that clear, I think. ETHBTC. Yeah. For now, it's trying to hold this range. It's actually a little bit below it, I guess. So they did the high low of this one first. So I think they want to, so from some super local, okay, that's the problem. So they tested the high low here first. So I think now they want to hold like this. So hold this now. If not, there is an interesting level here. This zone. It matches up with some levels from before. But I'm actually, this is the zone I really want. To be honest, I guess it's kind of better to hold. Yeah, so from the top of this one and down here, I'm doing a small, some small buys here on ETH, because I want an ETH position on it. I have only a few of those coins, so I'm interested in buying here. It's a decently easy stop loss below here, so just the previous failures here. I don't think they want to break below here. For now, also, so they rejected these levels. If you zoom in, yeah, we also see that it was the level they bounced from here to make a new high. So, and the pair failing here. So a possible, also a possible entry for ETH is if they actually achieve this one, and then long this area. Because if they achieve this one, they kind of want to hold the bottom of it. At least if they close a couple of 4 hours above, they would want to hold here. Let's see any others. I looked at Litecoin. Could look at Bitcoin Crash. BCHBTC. Yeah. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. I need to use an. Okay. This other fourth. Oh, damn it. So yeah. I think it's pretty obvious that this is a zone and this is a zone. So for this one, you can start to look for achievement if they close above here. So if they make a new low now, achieve, hold, or higher, and if they achieve, so it's just price action. If they achieve this one, close above here, they want to hold here because it's this move, and the same here, achieve here, hold. Yeah, then it's starting to look like they want to hold this one, but to hold this one, okay, so achieve here, hold here, and achieve here, hold here. And this is also a failure zone here. So it makes sense that if they achieve above here, decent so above, they want to hold the failure here. So it's just price action. On this one, yeah, I don't see a good setup yet. And since this one had a few forks and stuff, I don't think you will find a good chart. Or can you? BCHBTC. Did I keep the original maybe from the? Okay, they did. Yeah, but this one is just. Yeah, I don't think even Roger can save this one now, with all these posters and stuff, and complaining about the real Bitcoin killing children. So this is 100% above here. So this is actually what they need to start achieving, and then hold this range. And even that one is quite far from here. So yeah, it just did a clean rejection of the lows here. So, and it rejected here, so it just needs to achieve this one and hold. Verge XVG, yeah, I remember that one. Oh wow, that one had a scam pump. It was actually Mr. President himself. Oh wow, Mr. Eat My Dick if it's going isn't going to 100k or something. Oh come on, give me the name. McAfee, yeah, McAfee. XVGBTC. Yeah, okay, it actually broke the previous lows. Oh wow. So this wasn't scammy at all, no. Yeah. So to start to do something here. Yeah. So how far is this? Oh wow, it's at 28 sets. Ooh. Okay, so that's a nice move. Let's see. Shifts. So 28. Okay, I didn't throw control. Sorry. 28. Shouldn't it so? It is shift. Damn it. 28. Oh yeah, it's pretty much 99% drop. So that's the quite average the coin, I guess. It's still alive, but oh, wow. Oh. ADA. What did Bitcoin do? Oh wow, it's okay. come back here. Did it stop me out? Oh, but it's looks a bit breakouty. Let's see. My super even lines. Straight lines. Okay, like this. Tag the one again. There are level, the lower, no. 3 minutes. Not really. 1 minute. Not really. Just this one. Yeah, stop here. Right here. That's a perfect place to stop. Because then I'm not stopped. If they stop me out, it's okay. I'm already in profit, so I did close my first. As I said, I did close at 3 hour first. It was actually 5 hour, and then I closed more down here. So yeah, this was my second profit target, as I said. Oh, did they? I know what they did. They are watching this channel and they saw the line Scholar did for the bet, and they thought it was important, so they sorted it. That makes perfect sense. So who's the whale in the chat here? Oh wow, cool. Yeah. So one of those 141 watching the channel is a whale. They shorted this and made it drop. I made it drop $10.20. Okay. So Bitcoin isn't really that interesting. Look for a setup and short it. For now, they are holding. If you're doing but just remember, if you see a good setup, don't be afraid to short bull market. That's no problem, but consider it a scalp. So if you're doing like I did on this one, I did what did I do? 0.3? Yeah, 0. Wow, I need to check. Yeah, whatever. I did 0. something small, 0.2 or something short, and I think it was 0.2. And on this one, just take profits, and then if it's if they ending up past the top, because they did test weekly like perfect. So if it's ending up like a perfect short with a $20 stop loss, even a 0.2% short, you don't get angry if you get stopped on a short with 0.2% risk. So if it's working out, you have a $20 stop loss. Just imagine getting a 4K move out of it. Those 0.2% would make you quite a lot of money. Oh, come on. Now I went re-short this the same level again. When they closed above here, I wouldn't short it. It can be it's a very easy stop loss. So if you want to short it, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not that keen on shorting at the moment. When they broke this one, so the perfect short, they gave a perfect short setup here. First, if you didn't take this one, So this one was in the impulse, but it was a good level to do a first touch short. But look at this one. 0 heat short on the failure to achieve. This was the good short, the easy setup. If you didn't know about this level, this was a short I would take any day. I didn't actually do this one because I had this top short, but if I hadn't done this one, I would short this for fur. Because the stop loss is so easy. And they wicked all the way down here again, so this was an easy setup for a short. And how big of a move did you get out of this one? Shift. And still I couldn't do it. Shift, okay. So they did a 1.8% move. It might not sound like a much. Of course, it was the same move as me. Yeah. Well, but you should have gotten a decent profit target here. And on this one too, you could have done $10 stop loss. So, but one thing to keep in mind: if you're doing super tight stop losses, just keep in mind that if something crazy happens, you can easily get $50 slippage. So I wouldn't do 1% risk on a $10 stop loss, because if you get some slippage, you will get wrecked. So that's why I'm always doing 0.2% on stuff when I'm doing very small, very tight stop losses. Sometimes I'm even doing 0.1% risk. I did that on some trade here. Which level was that? Is this one? I need to check my log. I got like a $1,000 move on a 0.1% risk trade from some point. I just don't remember where. 15. Put here. Yeah, also, you don't get mad if you get stopped on a 0.1% risk trade, but it's much easier to get mad if you don't take them, to be honest, at least for me. So if you see a good setup, just take it. It's no problem. And oh, did I double top? Oh wow. I haven't wicked me out yet because I have my stop loss still at the same level. High. So they actually made a new high here. No, they didn't. It was 29. Yeah, okay, it was. So my stop loss is just above here. So all you whales in chat, please don't stop me out. I only got 2 profit targets. They will most likely stop me out, but okay. Yeah, on stuff like this, I'm usually doing a very tight stop loss because they usually don't double top it to reject. So some people would place the stop loss above the wick here or something, but I don't do that. When I'm taking trades, okay, you didn't have something to, yeah, but I'm not doing so for a really short here, if you took this one, the fail to achieve, some people will say put the stop loss above the wick or something. I never do that. I do very tight stop loss, and I very rarely get stopped. If I get stopped on this one, they'll usually actually make a new high, because if the exchange is somewhat liquid, they will respect the level quite nicely. So I'm never putting the stop loss above the wick in sweeps like this. I'm doing a very tight stop loss. But then again, I'm doing a very low risk trade, so don't think that I'm never getting stopped. I'm getting stopped all the time, but okay, not all the time, but quite often. But I have a decently. So I usually get one profit target out of my positions, to be honest. Sometimes they just stop me outright, but that's not too often. And if I get one profit target, my trade will usually end up as a break-even trade at least. So on this one, I took this one, took profits earlier, and even if they bounced it right here, oh wow, yeah, watch them dump it now. Just fake out dump it, not dump it, to be honest. Yeah. So even if I was, it just bounced here and went up and made a new high, because I took 33% profits at more than 3R, actually more than 2R. It was already a profitable trade, so it didn't matter if I got stopped after that one. So I have a somewhat low percentage of loser trades, but I have a lot of trades stopped at break even, and that's okay. When you're scalping, it's quite normal. Yeah, usually when they double top it, they just test the failure or something, or sometimes they do a high low, but usually when I double top, that's not the top. Of course, it can be start of a failure, and then you can go up and short it or something, or here. But when they're double topping, they will usually just test from like this. So let's see if they're dumping it down here. Of course, they can go lower. So they can hold the top range there, but let's see. Remember, we're still in an area where I'm expecting us our tracement from. So there will probably be a lot of stuff like this happening. And then in the end, they will probably do the big dump. Not guaranteed, but I'm just hoping for it. And then I will get a good short chance. What are they holding? If they test this one. For now, they're doing a higher low of this one. But testing here makes sense. So what's the move to the high? Okay, so it makes sense testing here too. Yeah, we'll see. I think I will go back in chat now and go off voice and eat some food. So yeah, just have to wait for some of the alts and all the stuff. Oh, that's the dump. Okay. Will they hold it here? $25. So they went $10 below the area I pointed at. Let's see. Yeah, it was a 20-minute-ish session again. So will they hold it? So this is the order level, so I can just reject here and go lower. Or here, I guess. It also makes sense. So either here or here. If they break here, they will go higher, most likely. So they can reject here and go lower. Or they can reject here. But of course, if they go here, they can do this also and go here. So it just price action remember, we don't know yet. And unless they actually start breaking something important, it's just scalps. So on the 4 hour, what do you need to start breaking? So on the 4 hour, you can easily test this zone. And I think they don't want to lose, so they don't want to close below here, pretty much. If you start closing below here, this area is prime for a short. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go up now to my laptop. And then I did a dot again because I always forget to do this. Okay. Did anything nice happen in some pairs? So, okay, I just want to show one thing because it didn't happen again. So, stuff I'm looking at to make money, which most people miss out on because they don't know. Yeah. How's that for trading with spot? Quite nice. Yeah, it's not that much, but let's say you have like 20k euros or something. Yeah, actually for this one you wouldn't get filled on 20k euros because yeah, I had trouble getting filled with 5k, but anyways, getting fully filled, that is. Let's see, yeah, back to there. And if anyone actually missed a new here, so Bitcoin is pretty much in the zone we're looking for rejection. It's clearer here. Oh, here we actually went above now. Yeah. Oh, it's in the zone we are looking for a rejection for BTC. They might not do it, so this is a profit-taking zone for now. Until they actually lose stuff, it's just mostly profit-taking and super small shorts. Yeah. Okay, I'm going off the mic now. So, but I will be in the chat. So if you have some questions, I can answer, and probably others too. Okay, bye.